Hello everyone, welcome back to this Microsoft Excel tutorial journey with me on my Knowledge Factor YouTube channel. This is our 51st session on this journey. So creating charts really just takes a couple of steps. The most time consuming process of creating a chart, really there's kind of two. First one is picking the type of chart that you want, what's going to be the best to represent your data, right? And the second option for the one which will be time consuming on this process, or the second most time consuming portion, is the formatting. That is getting the formatting to look just right. It's one of the reason why I like the styles, because it's quick, right? But if you want to get into the nitty gritty, you select your chart, go to the format tab, you've got all the options right there. Now, the first type of chart that we have created here was the standard 2D column chart. Let's take a look at another very common type of chart inside of Excel. Let's take a look at a pie chart. So I talked about this just briefly earlier. Some charts are, more capable or better suited for a large amount of data, such as column chart. Column chart like this right here. If I go back to my monthly budget worksheet, was able to display pretty clearly the columns that I have and each of the rows, each of the bills that I have. Now I want to plot this data, I want to build this data or graph this data, but as a pie chart, right? Now pie charts, kind of what I spoke to earlier, are better suited for a single axis of data, meaning a single row such as single bill, or a single column such as a single month, right? Let's take a look at what I mean here. So if I start out and I'm going to create a pie chart, I start out by selecting the same block of data. So I get from B4 to G9. Same thing that I did earlier when I created the column chart. Now I'm going to go to my insert tab. I'm going to go into the charts section, and I'll find the pie chart option, and I'm just going to grab the default 2D pie chart. I'll give it a click. So alright, very quick, right? I selected my data, I got my chart. But what's different here? What are we looking at? What data is this actually displaying to us? Well, my chart defaulted to the rent bill, so I got a single bill for rent, and I didn't get anything about the phone, credit card, food, and my candy. It's not even included in the chart. I got the 5 months here, right? But got the 5 months, but I got a single bill in there. This is what I mean by pie chart. Pie charts are better suited. You can better display, and by default it does a single row of data such as a single bill. It got all 5 months as the labels and the data points, but a single bill. Now what if I want just January's data, right? I just want January. Now I don't want a single bill, I want to see it month and all of its bills. Well, this is actually a really simple process. If I select the chart, which is already selected, I'll go back to the chart design, and there's an option for switch row and column. Switch row and column, I'll give that a click, and now I'm looking at January and all of the bills within that month. Right? Single button press, didn't have to recreate the chart, didn't have to modify it in some extreme way with the data source. I just hit the switch row column and now went from the single rent bill to all the bills. But I'm picking up a single month of January 2021. Pretty cool, right? Now let's take this a step further. I got a single month, but it gave me January. If you see, it's January 2021, and it just gave me the first month of that in the series of data. What if it's February that I want? I don't want January, I want February's data, right? We actually saw this briefly earlier with the chart selected. I'll go back to the chart design. This time I'm going to go into the select data. Same option we saw earlier with the column chart. I'll give that a click. There's my data range, right? B4 to G9. I grabbed everything, but by default it picks up on either the first column, first month, or the first bill, in our case, first row in that data. But I want February's data, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to delete that out. gone. I'm going to grab bills. I want all the bills. I'm going to hold on the control key and I'm going to grab February's data. So there's my new data source, my new data range from my pie chart. I will hit OK. And now I'm looking into the February 2021 and see, just to confirm the numbers, credit card is 200 for February and credit card is 200. Credit card is gray, right? From here you can see. So if I just hover my mouse over that, it going to give me a little screen tip, and I could see February 2021 credit cards $200, and it gave me 12% of my total bills, right? Very cool. Now the hovering is great, but that that helps you zero with visual. Just looking at it and definitely doesn't help you when you print it, right? You can't hover your finger over it, and that would be cool if you could just hover your finger over a printed piece of paper and have more data show up. But how cool that be, right? That would be pretty cool. All right. Anyways, but I want those values to actually show up on the chart. So to do this chart selected, I'll go back to the chart design. I'm going to go to the add element, and there's data labels. Let's see, I'm going to do an outside end. I think outside end looks pretty good, that it shows the numbers correctly and neatly. So now it gave me dollar amount, which is great. That's great, right? What if I just want percentages? Well, if I right click on one of those data point, I will go to the format data labels. Inside of there, they give me several different options to pick from. Let's see, values, that's great. I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to turn on the percentage. Now you could keep both of them on. I could have value and percentage, and I could have values and percentage in there, and I'll say I just want percent. I don't want both, actually. Actually that's good. Let's keep that just as is, just percentages. Good. I'm going to close my format data label window, and this is my nice little chart now. You can grab and pull them out. There's my nice little chart, and you can grab and pull them out, the percentages. I got this little tail that follows along with it, just to create the connection. The more data points, if we had hundreds of bills, or even if we had like 50 bills in their pie chart, going to get pretty cluttered in there with lots of different slices. Might be a good idea to even create multiple pie charts and break your data just to make it easier to read. But we got a pie chart, very sleek. Change the data source, get exactly what you want, but a single column or a single row worth the data inside of your chart. So try this out, select the data. You can start out all over again if you like, but remember, hold your control key if you want to be able to select non-adjacent rows or columns inside your chart source, and do your formatting and call it good. Try it out. Thanks for watching this tutorial, and as I always say, if you really liked it and enjoying this journey, then please do like, share and subscribe to my channel, and also press the bell icon to get the latest content update on this channel. Alright then, we'll meet up in the next session. In case you have any questions, any concerns, then do let me know in the comment section of this video. Till the time, goodbye and take care.